Roger Daltrey remembers the time he almost killed his Who bandmate Pete Townshend. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music. The Who have sold over 100 million albums, and you can ask maybe 100 people their favorite Who song, and you'll get maybe 100 different answers. There's a huge body of work there. And even though we've lost Keith Moon and John Entwistle, Roger Daltrey and Pete Townshend are still out there touring as The Who. Roger Daltrey's new autobiography is called Thanks a Lot, Mr Kibblewhite. Mr Kibblewhite was his headmaster at school, and one day while being expelled from school, the old teacher looked at him and said, "You'll never amount to anything, Mr. Daltrey." To which the future lead singer of The Who said, "Thanks a lot, Mr. Kibblewhite." Everyone's had a few of those pushes in their lives where someone says something and you go, "Well, screw you and I'll prove you wrong." And in fact, it gave Roger Daltrey a little bit of fuel. He says since those old days, he's actually talked to Mr. Kibblewhite's family. And the book is Roger Daltrey kind of tipping his hat to his old teacher. Daltrey was a sheet metal worker after being kicked out of high school, but what he found best was being a lead singer in a rock band. He told CBS News, "As for Pete Townshend's smashing guitars, Roger Daltrey told the backstory. The singer said Townshend's guitar smashing came out of temper. Quote, we were playing a club with low ceilings, and he used to have this saying about playing guitar that way as he raises his hand over his head. And I think he might have jumped a little bit, and the neck of the guitar hit the ceiling and broke, which made Pete Townshend furious. And this was a Rickenbacker, which in those days was the equivalent of what would have been $10,000. It could have been repaired, but not after he finished. I thought what I would have done with that guitar for years earlier when I was making my own guitar. But equally, we saw the effect that it had on the audience. They went crazy, and we thought we might have another key to our success." Daltrey says the pair go back 60 years, but there was one time he almost killed the lead guitarist of the band. Daltrey says, "We were rehearsing Quadrophenia, and there was a camera crew who were supposed to record the rehearsal. And then they were sitting on their camera boxes. They didn't even film a foot of the whole rehearsal, and I said, 'When are you going to start to film? This is a hard piece of work to sing. I'm not doing it twice.' And by now, Pete had drunk at least 1 or maybe 1.5 bottles of brandy. He looks at me and says, 'You'll do what you're told.' He started spitting at me. And the road crew, who knew what my red mist was, they jump on hold of me and hold both of my arms. And that's when Pete says, 'Let him go, I'll kill him.' They let me go, and he swung a guitar at me, which bounced off my shoulder. And then he started throwing punches. But bless him, Pete, he was drunk. And when he was sober, he was not a fighter. I just hit him, and he kind of left the floor. I thought I'd killed him." As for retirement, Daltrey told CBS they'll stop when they can't do it at that level. "There's something about The Who," he says, "that I'm really proud of. There's an energy in The Who that we've never cheated, and that's the thing. If I feel it isn't there anymore, because I can't speak for Pete, but it isn't in me as a singer to deliver those songs and give them that energy to rock, not rock and roll. That's music to make love to. But the music of The Who is music to fight to, and that's really different." Make sure you comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos, and check out our numerous interviews. We've talked to some of the biggest names in rock and roll. I'm John Bowden. This is Rock History Music.